Well, welcome to our session today for Social Media Bootcamp. This session is really a Q&A as a follow-up. We're kind of at the halfway point in the course. So I wanted to touch base with everyone and give you opportunity to ask questions, talk about concerns, things that maybe are still not clear to you or you need extra support on as we move into the next upcoming weeks of the class. So I hope I think everyone has my contact information, but I have it here just in case. Feel free to reach me at any of these modalities. So I'm going to open it up to you and ask you, what have been some of your key learnings so far? What has been maybe particularly valuable or something that has really resonated with you and has been super helpful for your business?
Well, Kella, you know, I'm not really trying to promote my business. I'm just trying to learn more about what's available out there for people and how I can keep up with, you know, all the technology that's basically out there. I'm just trying to fill my brain a little bit. And so this is good for me. I'm certainly have enjoyed it. I'm going to have to go back and watch it a couple times. I did watch it. I did watch the one on YouTube. I am a YouTube University student, and I'm on it every single day, trying to learn more and so on and so forth. Get my recipes for keto and all that. You know, I'm just on it a lot. So, you know, as far as my business, I don't want to promote my business because I dog watch and I only watch one dog at a time. So, you know, I don't want to go big. I just kind of want to stay small and do whatever. So, but this has been a fabulous learning experience along the way.
Good.
Thank you.
So what is one of the things that you learned so far in the class, in the boot camp?
Well, the numerous things that you can do, you know, with gosh, I don't even know how to say it. I think that I was, as far as Facebook goes, I just really want to learn how to invite people to our events and see what's going on. I'm going to have to go back and look at that again and see whatever. When it comes to YouTube, I just want to know basically what I can do to improve myself. And so when it comes, I didn't write anything down. I promise that I'll write stuff down the next time.
No worries.
Yeah, I'm just not, I mean, know that I'm trying.
Lisa, what about you?
Okay, I don't know where I am on my phone. I just see my picture. But you can hear me now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was trying to unmute. I've kind of like Ginger, wanted to learn more about the Facebook so that I can use it better with the ABWA group. So I'm kind of learning it from a nonprofit angle. And so it's encouraging me that I can do things that are not going to be as complicated as I initially thought that they were. So wanted to do more. Now I'm figuring out more about what the reels. I haven't done a lot with that, but I'm getting myself to a place where I can start focusing on it and start utilizing some of the features and the sharing and the things that you've been telling us about. The YouTube, I'm looking forward to getting more into that. I don't know if I'll use that more for my own personal business or whatever, or if I can work that in for the ABWA somehow.
Yes. So you mentioned the reels. You can post your reels in YouTube as a short. And so that would almost be like a series of commercials for different events. You could actually take a slideshow from this month's event and put it to music, maybe add some fun stickers and upload it as a reel and a short. And you could cross post that Facebook, Instagram as a way of highlighting that particular meeting. And just even doing one every meeting is a good way to get some content and show people kind of what the programming and what the events are like before they come to an event, and generate some excitement. So that's good. So some reminders I have for you as we go into the second half of the course, some of the things that we've talked about that I kind of just want to reinforce or re-highlight for you on this slide. Having a quick response to client inquiries is so important on social media, because people have their phones with them all day, that they kind of expect an instantaneous response. So we had talked about using some of the automation tools to help you provide a quick response, even if it's not answering their question, just acknowledging that message. So it's important to check those regularly. And if you haven't set up the automation, that's a great way to help support that communication. It's also important to remember to check those requests folders, because if the person is not connected to you, sometimes those inquiries about events will go into that others folder because they're not connected to you. And so it's important to check that on a regular interval so that you don't miss important messages. Remember that your profile should show you and your style or personality. Even if you're a company, each company does have a certain style or personality, and you want to kind of bring that across your social media. Your profile photos should be identifiably you or your business. So if it's a headshot, we need to be able to see on that little profile. And I have trifocals. I think I mentioned this to you all before, but when I'm typing someone's name up and I'm looking for them, and I don't know if there's lots of people with a certain, Ginger is or Smith is a common last name. So let me see if I type in, just even if I don't know if you have Instagram, Ginger, but I'm just going to try to pull up and see. So there's like a bazillion Ginger Smiths on here. So if I was looking for Ginger, I need to be able to see from the profile, if I don't know her handle, which one of these is her, so I can either tag her or message her. And actually on this, there are quite a few profiles that have two people in the picture, like a husband and wife, which makes it really hard to see. You can't see any facial features whatsoever. There is a couple.
Carla,
What?
You might have a better chance finding me if you look under Groom, Groom.
Well, yes. And I was just using this as an example because you have a common name. So
Okay,
if somebody didn't know, and they were trying to find you, you want them to be able to like look through and look for your picture, right? And so there are a couple Gingers on here that their face is, the head is close enough that you can tell that it is not the Ginger in our class. But a lot of these, you would have to actually click on the profile and open it up to see if it's the person you're looking for, which is time consuming. So make sure that you have a good profile photo and consistent naming across your platforms. I actually just updated when I was doing a scrub of my YouTube this week. I updated the handle, and so I had to change it on my Facebook. So now it's the Price Consulting Group, so that they're both the same. So consistent naming is important. It should be clear what your business is when someone looks at your profile or your organization, that what it is that you do. They shouldn't have to guess what type of business you're in. So being able to look at your profile, looking at your bio, looking at the links, looking at the content that you post, the description of your business or yourself, what you're all about. That will help people get to know you before they actually connect with you. If you are using your social media for business purposes or a nonprofit, you can also use your personal accounts to nurture your personal audience, because some of your end users are in your already connections. So you might get referrals from it. That person in your connections may not be your end user or your potential client, but they might know someone that would benefit from your services. And I get a lot of my business, probably 90% of my business is through referrals. So it's important to make sure that you are sharing in a non-salesy way on your personal pages. Offer that valued content. This is like informational, educational, fun, uplifting, inspiring, all of the things. Try not to be salesy or spammy. Of course, you can introduce different things that you're doing, but those sales posts are, again, few and far between. It's really about creating that value in that relationship. And finally, we've talked about this, I think, in just about every one of our classes so far, getting people into your email list. So if you haven't figured out how to do that, that should be a top priority for you, because if something happened, we've talked about hacking, systems going down, maybe the company changes the way that you have access to your contents. You want to have that email list available, and because that's something that you own those contacts. So there are a number of different ways that you can do that through pop-up forms. We have a newsletter subscribe button. You can add that to your website. You can offer some sort of freemium or free tool of some kind or discount if people sign up for your list. Depending on your business, it can be almost anything. And then that's a good way to build your list. I also want to encourage you to take it slow. We've talked about a lot of different things, and the sessions have been chock full of information. So it's okay to be overwhelmed. It's okay to think, oh my gosh, I'm at this level and there's all this over here that I have to work on. It's a process. It's going to take some time, and most people don't have a lot of time to develop everything at once because you're still running your business. You have family, you have things happening. It's the holiday season. Take it slow. It's more important to have that consistency of posting regularly and working through taking smaller steps, because building a strong profile takes time. You can always revisit modules and improve your networks incrementally. And that's why you have access to these videos forever and the content, so you can work on it and then come back to it later. Work on it a little bit more and then come back to it, and keep refining and tweaking and improving and leveling up your social media platforms.
Love
And
it.
it's always going to be a work in progress because the social media is never a stagnant thing. There's always going to be changes and improvement to the actual social media network and the apps and the offerings that they have and the tools and how those tools work. If you've been on Facebook for a period of time, they are constantly moving things around. So sometimes you'll go in and you'll have it one way, and then maybe next month you came back and they've upgraded something and the button that you used to click is not there. It happened. So you have to be prepared to shift and change, and your business is also changing. So as your business changes, some of the information that you place on there may become outdated. So updating that information on a regular basis and reviewing it for accuracy is really important. I know that the nonprofit that Lisa's working with, they just changed their meeting location. So one of the important things would be, is that meeting location updated on all of their networks so that people, when they're going to visit and potentially join, that they're going to the right place. I was at an event earlier this week, and someone from the organization mentioned, oh, by the way, this company's website is out of date because I went to go to this event at the location that they said they met at, and nobody was there. They don't meet there anymore. So this poor guy took his lunch hour to go to a business event at a specific venue, showed up as a guest, and there was no meeting there. And that was the meeting place listed on the website. So it's really important to make sure that you're constantly updating things and checking for accuracy, making sure links aren't broken. I mentioned that I changed my handle in YouTube for Price Consulting Group so that it would match my Facebook nomenclature. And so I have to go back and make sure I update it now on my slides, on my business cards, on everything, so that when people are trying to find me, that they don't mistag or that they don't have any trouble. So if anyone has anything that they've been working on, that they are brave and want to take a look at the profile and examine it or get any feedback on it, I would be more than happy. We can do that now. If not, that's okay too.
So back to the Facebook. On our first session, you were talking, and I've been meaning to get with you on it. You talked about the featured collection area, and I've seen it on, and I've now noticed it on other people's Facebook pages. I'm like, oh yeah, look, there it is. But for the life of me, I cannot find it on the ABWA page.
Okay, let's.
So I don't know. That's my big thing.
Which ABWA page? ABWA National or our ABWA?
Ours, the ABWA Lakeside Leaders.
Okay.
Let's take a look and see here if I can.
And I tried to find it in the ways that you had suggested. And it just wasn't. I don't know if maybe it's the type of page that we have.
I have noticed that Facebook has like a classic version and the newer version, because some of my pages are a classic version and some are newer, and I haven't been able to pinpoint why that there's a difference. And there's probably a way to go and change that somewhere in your settings.
Is there a benefit to change it from the classic to the newer?
The newer one, I feel like probably has some additional options. I'm
Okay.
trying to open one of my profiles here, and then as soon as I get a profile open, we will take a look and see.
Yeah, and
about that.
if we need to do this at a separate time, that's okay too.
Well, I wanted you to bring your questions, so this is a good time for questions.
No, it looks like the way it is right now, it's just Lakeside Leaders at the moment anyway, so it's all good.
All right, so got my Facebook open. So I'm on my Healthy Fit page. And I've logged in as Healthy Fit. So up here in the right-hand corner, you see I have, it's not my picture, it's Healthy Fit. So I'm managing as Healthy Fit. So I have the dashboard. And when I go on the page, it's under my introduction information. I can edit my bio. I have my website here, my link tree, hours. So I could edit those details, and then here, edit featured. So I have 2 featured collections under the intro information. Let's look at your page. All right, so I love that you reuse this reel here from the chef from the event. That's a great use of a repost because you're promoting their business. You're also getting exposure to your organization with people that follow them. All right, so it should be, when you look at your about, is there an option for feature there?
When you look at your about.
Is it coming up? Oh, you're muted.
Darn it. Okay, so I went to the about, and under that it's got, you know, the general some general info, hours. It mentions business details where we could edit a price
Yeah.
range for stuff, and then below that is additional contact info. And then there's a more info, and under that it has about additional information, edit impressum, and then edit privacy policy, the page ID, and then edit other accounts, and that's all what's in there.
Okay, it does sound like you have the classic experience. I wonder, let's see here.
So the classic one doesn't have that featured
Yeah,
collections?
unless if you go under photos, is it under there?
Let's see. It's got a albums area, and then it's got all photos.
Okay. Because I think I originally clicked on the photos. Hold on. Facebook.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So if you click on your profile picture in the top right, and open the page, you want to edit page, and it should give you an option. Let's see. If you click on the little edit, do you have the settings on the right? Do you see the settings on the right side of your page?
Well, I've got, let me, oh, so you want, it looks a little different.
Well, because I'm not an owner on your page. That's why I was looking
yeah,
on my page originally to show
right.
you, because it's easier to let me go back to mine.
Because I clicked on the top, the banner, the picture, and then it's, I think it's wanting me to edit the picture.
Okay, edit. Okay, so if I hit edit page and I scroll down,
Where am I seeing edit page?
mine, it is right here, this little pencil with a blue.
Oh, okay. Let me get out of where I'm at then.
Oh, so if you hit the 2 dots or the 3 dots here, I think that's where you're gonna see where you can switch to the new page experience.
Okay, so click. Okay, I'm
Try
clicking
that
on
first.
that. Okay. It's
See how mine
giving,
says switch to classic page? Yours might say switch to new page experience or something like that.
it's actually not giving me as many options. It's asking, it's saying like, follow settings, share, create page, and invite friends.
Okay.
So,
I wish I could get on your page so I
What
could
would,
see exactly
what
what's.
would your new page
So the
mean?
featured sections is in my about, so I got to it from that little edit, but I could also get to it down here, edit featured, on the actual intro.
so you're suggesting look for something that says intro?
Well, you said your intro doesn't have that. Let me.
Yeah. I wonder if in the Meta Business Suite we can switch it. In the settings, maybe? I know I've seen it before.
So when you're logged in as the admin, do you see something that says try the new page experience as like a header? See how mine has this, how healthy is your page at the top?
I'm trying to get you out of, is it on the upper right?
And on the upper left, mine says,
Oh,
how
upper
healthy
left.
is your page? Do you have a little thing there as the admin saying, switched, do you want to try the new page experience?
Oh, that, okay, let me go back there. Is that under home?
Yeah, it would be under your main page.
Okay. I don't.
Your main page, even if you pulled up my page, if you looked at Healthy Fit Life Coach on your end, there's
Uh-huh.
going to be tools on here that I see that the public doesn't see. Like this How Healthy Is Your
Right.
page is
Yep.
only for me. This
Yep, I
feature
Right.
section, I
I
have to add something there if I want people to see featured. So there's some things on here that I could go back and add or change.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that this is like because I'm an admin, I can see things that nobody else can. I do,
Mhm.
yeah. But I don't
Yeah,
see
because I
anything.
didn't see any of it. It's not there for me, so.
Yeah. There, I've got to set your page up for success.
You do? Click on it.
Let's see.
Well, maybe I need to do this. It's telling me establish your page's identity, provide info and preferences, and then or introduce your page. So maybe it's in there.
See, they rolled
Yeah.
out those pages earlier this year. And there should have been like a tab or something.
Recordings
Let's see.
just got better.
Yeah, I remember I've seen that option before. I'm not sure if it was on this particular page. But yeah, I can work on trying to look through it later and see if I can find a place to update it.
You see 3 dots on the right?
Uh-huh.
If you click on that, does it ask you to change from classic to?
No, it
Okay.
doesn't. It doesn't have very many options.
I will do some research and try to see if I can get some. I'll play around. I think I have a couple pages that are still in the classic view and see if I can come up with some good directions on there.
Okay.
Because, let me write myself a note. New page switch over. Because that featured collection is a great tool.
Yeah, I believe it.
All right. What other questions do we have?
That's been my burning question. Oh.
That's a good one.
So I have seen on Facebook pages where when people post multiple pictures
Mhm.
and there's comments, you know, attached to that actual image as opposed to, you know, adding a comment under the picture, you know, where people come in and add comments, but it's like attached to the photo. That's one of
When
the
you
things.
say attached to the photo, what do you mean specifically?
Like it's part of, almost like it's part of the picture. So if I'm clicking from one picture to the next on somebody's post, there's like a description or whatever.
Yes. Okay. So let me. Share screen. All right, so I'm back on, this is my personal profile. If you're adding photos, and let's just pick, I'm gonna pick these 3 photos right now in this. All right, so I have 3 things I'm uploading here for this. Okay, so I just put a little message in here. And this is totally off the cuff, so I probably could put something better, but I put a message, and then if I want to add specific things into the photos, we click on edit all, and I could put a caption here.
Oh,
So empowering and supporting women through our community. It's what I love about ABWA. And so I could put a comment in here. ABWA is such a supportive group. I have been a member for over 20 years. So I put that comment, and then when people are scrolling through, that comment's going to pop up.
okay. So it's that little edit on the picture before
Mhm.
you.
And you can do that. It's available not only in the desktop version that I'm using right now, but the same system applies on your phone.
Okay, cool. And I've only recently started seeing that, so that must be a newer feature, I guess.
It's been there for a while. Maybe people are just starting to use it better now.
Okay, cool.
So there we
Thank you.
go. Then when you're done with your comments, you can hit done and then post, and then those comments will come up.
Super.
That's a great question. What else do you have?
I think that's all I have for now.
All right, let's go back to our slides. All right, so I have that little assignment to look for the new page experience. I'll try to find one of my pages that has that and get some instructions for you on how to navigate that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What are your biggest challenges right now with social media that we can address in the remaining sessions?
I guess just working through it all and not getting overwhelmed in the process. So that's just something that I'm going to have to work on. It's just maybe not a biggest challenge. It's just a challenge, getting consistent, figuring out that, I forget what you called it, where the automation, I guess.
Mhm.
So I think that's a great idea. So I need to get working on getting material to post and getting it figured out in the automations. I think that's probably my biggest challenge to work on.
Focusing on, if you sit down with your planner on a certain day and kind of plan out what you want to talk about for the week, even if you don't create all the social media in your planning session, at least you have a plan and you know where you're headed. And then set aside just a small chunk of time. We're all busy individuals, entrepreneurs. We have lots of things happening. We serve in our community. So it doesn't have to take a lot of time, but it can like suck you in if you're not focused and purposeful with your time. So when I'm doing my social media, I'm not scrolling through everybody else in the feed. I'm on the device, or I'm in my social media for a specific purpose, and I get that done. And with my leftover time, I might comment on other people's profiles. I do that when I'm standing in line at the grocery, or do when I have smaller chunks of time. But when I have my social media time, a lot of that is going to be really focused on, okay, what's my post for today? Getting that created, getting it posted, or getting it scheduled for posting, and really concentrating that effort. It doesn't have to be a complicated, drawn out process, but if you set a timer and just stick to that, this is my 15 minutes or even my 5 minutes of social media time for today to get this post done, and you have it on your calendar, it becomes a much more manageable thing than if you just log into your computer and there's this deep abyss and you have all these things going on. Have your checklist of what you want to accomplish when you log in. Set a timer or an alarm and stick to the schedule that you placed.
Good. That's good. I like that. Can I
Dina, do you
ask?
have any other challenges?
Yeah, it's just a stupid question. I mean, not stupid. There are no stupid questions, but is there another way to reach out to people? Lisa and I were talking about it today, and I think we decided that it was Messenger. Eventbrite has gotten full of themselves, and they're costing more and more and more every day. And as a nonprofit and the treasurer, I don't like spending that money on stupid stuff. So, I mean, I realize they have to make money, and it's good, you know. But is there another venue out there that you can use to that we can try and attract our members to go and look at? Because I don't think our members are even really into Facebook or anything when it comes right down to it. They're just not.
Well, we're talking about two different things: existing members and prospective members. So most organizations, when you buy tickets on Eventbrite or buy tickets on Ticketmaster or buy tickets on any of those websites, the company is rolling the fees over to the end user. It's like part of doing business. So there's an option in Eventbrite that you check off that the participant is going to pay the fees, not you. That's the easiest fix to cut down on the cost or expense, and it just adds the processing fees to the ticket price. Just like I said, Ticketmaster, any tickets that you buy for just about anything, you'll see the service charge on there. The same thing goes with Eventbrite, so you can try that. You could do registrations through another resource. But the nice thing about Eventbrite is when people go in on there that are prospective members that are going to be guests, they're looking for something, and you have the potential to reach them when you have the right keywords tagging your event. So you're more likely to get people off the street, if you will, using a service like Eventbrite for your registrations. You could always try things like a meetup as another example of a way to reach prospective members. For ongoing billing, one of the tools that I really like, I use Square a lot, and it has, you can set up your web page with different purchase things, and maybe it's like monthly meeting, and you could have selected, they could select what meeting they're going to, or put in the comments what meeting and pay through there, but you're still going to have processing fees anytime you pay with credit cards. It's the cost of doing
Mhm.
business.
Right.
With Square, you're not going to roll it. You're not going to be able to roll those costs over to the client unless you increase the cost of your ticket. But again, that would be more like a static page. That would not be a page that you'd necessarily attract people from outside, because it's not going to come up the same in search engines.
Right.
Eventbrite does really good. And there's other event type softwares out there, but I think Eventbrite is one of the better ones to use.
Okay, I guess the reason is just because one of the meetings that we had in the past, where we had a lot of people, not necessarily a lot, but 4 people that went in through Eventbrite and got tickets. They used fictitious names as who they were, so I wasn't even really able to see who it was that purchased the tickets. It's just like somebody put down class of, 64. Somebody else may have put down Santa Claus. That's a gross exaggeration, but I couldn't link it to anybody that I could even thank for coming or saying whatever. And I don't even know. And yeah, I don't know. I was kind of disappointed about that. So anyway,
Okay,
that
we're
was the
going to
only
take a
reason.
look at, because your Eventbrite should, it's social media, but it's a different type. It's more like marketing media, but it is a good way to connect with people. And so I think this is a good discussion to kind of look at. All right, so I don't think I need to log in to find your event. So if I want to search, see if anything comes up. So I would hope that if I searched ABWA in the colony, that maybe your event would come up. Now the Roaring event in January came up, so that's good. Let me do Lakeside Leaders. I'm assuming that if someone is trying to find you, they do not know who Lakeside Leaders is, right? So they're searching for based
BWA?
on the location.
I don't think we have any events currently in Eventbrite, but would past events come up?
It should. You have so when you create events, I'll use open as an example.
Good.
Okay, so it came up a minute. Okay, here's the one. So you notice there's a couple things that even come up before that. So we click on this. It's based on how we have our name. And our name here, we have American Businesswomen's Association Open. So I would almost even put in there that we should change it to also say ABWA in there. So that depending on how people are searching us, and maybe even put like Addison, because that's where we actually are meet. This particular event's in Carrollton, but when you see, so we have a page here. When someone follows your page, it'll come up with all of your events, and we only have one upcoming event here, but then they can also see like past events all the different events that you've had. And then they can also follow you. So when you post a new event, I'm not signed in right now, but when I'm signed in, it would recognize that I'm already following this particular organization. And so when we post a new event, I automatically get notification that we have a new event.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
it's helpful to get recurring guests, but also searching. So if I wanted, we're going to stick with the women's events as an idea. We want women networking, and just see what comes up. So it'll show a bunch of events. There's 2 that are promoted that come automatically at the top. You have to pay for that. Then it has some other ones that I could scan through. So these are for your organization. These are competition, right? Because these are other ones that are going to come up in the search, but these might also be opportunities, depending on the event, to reach out and meet people at one of these other events and invite them to ABWA. So you could like kind of look through and see business networking and referrals. That's a BNI group. Women's manufacturing network. If you have someone in your group that does manufacturing, you could send them to that event. They could network within their industry and then invite those ladies to the larger group that has a variety of industries and gives you a different support. So you can actually get ideas of like who your competition is for potential events when you Google the events. The event that we've done that has been really good, let me go back to it, in getting new leads. Going back to, okay, so we have the tags are important. The tags that we did for, where's past events? Oh, I have to click on ABWA open. Sorry, I got distracted. Okay, so our Wine, Women, and Networking event has consistently got a huge amount of interest compared to our other monthly events that we post on the same profile. So if we look at this, I haven't really been able to pinpoint exactly what the difference is, other than it was just a wine, it was a wine event. But we could look at the tags. We have our connection information. Looking at the tags here, some of those tags we might want to repeat in our other events because that's how people are finding us. Maybe it's the catchy title, Wine and Women in Networking. When we did a cider and connect, we didn't get the same results as the Wine, Women in Networking, even though it was still the same premise, the same time of the day, the same alcohol and networking. It didn't go over as well. And so looking
I think it's the wine.
And if you typically have networking and a happy hour at your event, you could put happy hour in the title of your event if that's going to draw people to your event. That's part of the social media piece, because you want to draw people in with those catchy titles. That's why we shouldn't say like that our events are meetings, because who wants to go to a meeting? We go to enough meetings. We want to go to socials, networking. We want to go to things that are lively and fun and engaging. And so when you have a good speaker, you want to focus on the title, a catchy title that's going to bring them into the event. Because if you promote it as like, do you want to go to a business meeting? It doesn't sound very fun.
No.
Mhm.
I know we got a little bit off track with this, but I think it's important to kind
Yeah,
of look
so-
at and consider if you have a specific event that goes really well, you could go back and look at this particular event and some of the tags that we used. If you find tags and something's working for you, try to duplicate it. If you look at your analytics for your social media and something's working really well for you, let's try to duplicate it so that you get the same results again in another perspective. All right.
Okay, so that was really good. It really explained a lot technically for me when I was trying to send off our holiday event, and I wanted to kind of help by promoting Blythe and her husband. I mean, in their catering, it didn't dawn on me that I could do catering or whatever. Now, is that what hashtag means? Would
So
I
the
do
hashtag is your
hashtag?
keyword search. So catering, I would have also, you could definitely, if you have a business that is a guest, whether it's a speaker, we're having a comedian at that January event, you have a special
Yeah.
caterer, tagging them in your post helps bring up more visibility because everyone who's friends with them or likes their page will see your post also.
So, but a tag is actually a page.
So
What?
no, the tag in Eventbrite is like a keyword,
Okay.
which is the same as a hashtag in Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. It's
Okay.
like your search, it's going to help you be findable in the search engine.
Okay.
Was there
Thank
any
you.
other activity that you guys have had any trouble doing that we need to talk about or I need to put on my to-do list?
No, I really want to try and do a video. I don't know that it'll be necessarily that good, but I would like it to just be a video. So whether it goes anywhere or not. And so maybe Lisa and I will work on that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, you were saying that we can, take use a series of photos to create a reel.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
But I guess but Ginger, you're talking about something that would be more lengthy than a video. I mean, more lengthy than a reel, right?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I did find a place today that said I could make a it wasn't saying video, it was saying maybe it was a reel or something where I could have put a bunch of pictures together and it would have it would be more of like a collage of things that was going through. But I'm just always, I stand back until I really learn something. So we shall see. I'm going to go
Learn
ahead
by
and try
doing
it.
is the best way to do it. Just jump in,
Right.
grab some pictures from the party, go
Mhm.
say create reel, add those photos,
Uh-huh.
and then pick some fun music. Maybe you do some fun stickers on the screen and post the video. Just like that chicken noodle soup. I made soup tonight and I took a few pictures and maybe some video of me stirring the soup. And I'm going to make a quick little video out of it. Because my chicken noodle soup video that was like only 30 seconds and was very impromptu, went over so well. It's been one of my biggest videos recently. So I decided to do a different soup tonight that I threw together for dinner.
So when shorts first came out, I was not happy with them at all. I just thought, why would anybody watch those? But I have started really liking them and appreciating them. So, it just, we sometimes don't like change. We get into it eventually though. So, yeah.
Do you have any other questions that we can close out the evening with?
I do not. I'm good. Thank
All
you.
right. Well, thank you, ladies, for your attention today. And this was recorded, so if you want to go back and
Mhm.
revisit anything that we talked about, you can do so. And we'll see you next on Monday.
Merry Christmas, pretty Christmas
right.
tree.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.